Aware men, sir. Deep South Connect, it's all about respect. Today, I'm with one of my favorite people on this earth. Someone who has inspired me in so many different ways. We've been connected in so many different things throughout the last 10 years. And he's someone that I confide in, someone that I share a lot about my life with, and he does the same with me, and we've learned so much from each other. This guy is one of the most talented individuals from the Deep South, without a doubt. He can rap, he can dance, he does choreography, he mixes music, he can film, he can edit, he takes fire photographs. He literally does it all. Give it up for JP!
What's up? What's up? What's up, bro?
Much love, King.
My G, how are you?
I'm well, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Fire.
I'm good.
Fire. So this is gonna be the first video we're gonna upload onto Deep South Connect.
Yeah.
We've been filming a few interviews. We filmed a few different things here and there, which you guys will get to see. But for the first one, we really wanted to, because we've been collaborating on this project, we really wanted to upload this first.
Yep.
Just to kick it off and...
Yeah. We needed to.
Yeah.
We needed to. And I'm honored, man, to be on this journey. Thank you again.
Thank you, my brothers. So let's talk about the beginning, bro. Like, when I met you, you were already... I met you a few years before The Unknown, but not really in a conversational form. You were on the lineup to dance at the four-way stop at the Mzansi Carnival, and that was the first time I met you.
Yeah.
And then when I actually met you properly was when you guys were already flying as The Unknown.
Yeah.
Can you take us back to pre-Unknown? We'll talk about The Unknown because that's obviously what you're very well known for.
Yeah.
But how did you get into entertainment?
It started way back, bro. It started, my family, they are in love with music. And when I was like a small child, like say 3 or 4, my mom would always, like, we had this neighbor that like played music loud. Shout out to Dixon, by the way. He played music loud, and my mom always told me that I would walk out to the yard and go next door to go dance for his friends. And like, there was dogs in his yard, but I didn't care. I just walked past the dogs to his house and just started dancing. And that's where I think it all started for me, with like just hearing the music and the rhythm, and just watching my family go through different type of music. My mom would love Judy Boucher, my brother would love R&B, the 90s R&B, and I think that's where it all started for me. And from that time, I just tried to find my way to something where I could just, like a place like arts, like shout out to Arts Vibration. But it all started there for me. Years later, then I would join. I actually joined Jody first. I'm lying. Shout out to RKC. Jody was the one who told my mom about. My mom actually told him that my son can dance, and he was like, "Oh, you must bring him. I have a crew." And then my mom told me. I went up to him. When I went up to him for the first time, I had a bunch of friends with me. I don't know what I was. I thought I was something already, but I had like a bunch of friends. Me, 12-year-old me, just like, "Yo, bro, what's up? But this brother probably gonna be like, "Who's this brother?" And from that day, my friends fell out of the dance crew, and then I was the only one left with him. And then from there, we transitioned to arts together, me and Jody. And arts, man, tons of experience I got from that. From shout out to Alvin as well. Performed at Battle of the Year, solos, was in different crews, just finding my way around, and got like so much creativity, advice, and just got a lot of, I was blessed to be in that position at the time, because I don't think I would have known anything if it wasn't for arts. I wouldn't have known how to arrive at the show at the proper time, or like how to engage with your audience, so those fundamentals I got taught very early on in my career, very, very early on. So that's why I'm always grateful for Alvin. When I say Alvin in the street, I always have to have a conversation with him, and it's never like hi or bye. It's always a conversation about what's next, still till this day. So I think it all just started there, Machi, and for me, I'm just blessed to have been around great crews like Crimson Crew, Rockets Crew, man. We were off the chain at the time. Shout out to Caleb. So again, it all started there, man, and just my love for dancing and just looking for the next thing for me to just a platform for me to just put it out there, man. And Alvin was grateful, and Alvin was actually I'm actually blessed to have met Alvin to really just give me the experience of all the shows in a few years that I was there.
Respect.
Love.
Respect to that. I like that you pay homage.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we always pay homage to people who have inspired us along our journey. So I love the fact that you mentioned Elvin and Arts Vibrations. I love the fact that you mentioned Jody and Rockhead's crew. I know Jody as well. I was actually, before I met you, I tried different things in hip hop before I really started rapping. And I tried to dance as well, actually. And I did a few shows, but honestly, one thing I just never had the talent for was dancing. And you got to put a lot of work in, like with everything.
Yes.
Jody used to be a dance teacher in Fishhook at the dance house. So his circle of influence also stretched wider into the valley.
Yes.
Back then already, and that was over 10 years ago.
Yes.
I was still in school when he was doing that. Alvin as well is, I mean, Alvin's been doing what he's been doing for over 30 years.
Pioneer, bro.
And a lot of people pay homage to Alvin. Let's speak a little bit about transitioning, because you start under, we all start somewhere. We're all inspired by something that starts our journey in the creative field. And then we go our own way, which is what you've done as well. So you started with Jody, you started listening to your neighbor's music before that. Then you got involved in Arts Vibrations. You learned a lot of the fundamentals. Then eventually you went your own way and formed the Unknown Dance Crew, which has become one of the most iconic dancing groups in Cape Town. I would say in South Africa, period.
Love.
So can you talk a little bit about that, about when you break away and you start to go on your own, you meet the people in your crew? Can you talk a little bit about that journey?
That journey, I think around the time I went to high school, you know, my whole primary school life I was at arts, and I started, I think it was the fact that I wanted something, I won't say bigger, but I think something different. I want to create something just completely out of this world. I mean, looking at the crews down the line, before the Unknown, there was B-boy crews, there was, you know, you had the Vogue crews, and, you know, Battle of the Year gave me that sense of, okay, cool, these are all the crews on the map right now. Let's change the game. Let me change the game. I took this, like, it was a step of bravery to walk out of arts, because at the time arts was like the best thing. Once you're in arts, you are the person, and it was like an academy for you to be in there. So when I stepped out of there, it was a thing of like, what next? Like, am I gonna be able to make shows by myself? Because I mean, Alvin always had my back with shows. So like, then I met my friends on high school. Then I met EK. We had this, he told me about, this was actually the first show out of arts. He was telling me about the show, the Navy Day, they're having a talent show. And I was like, damn man, I'm a solo. Like, I did some shows, not like real shows, but like I did some tried solos here and there. It worked, and I was like, okay, maybe I should try this talent show, and maybe this is the next step for me. And then something happened where there was one spot left, and Ika had his friend as like a crew, and then he had me as a solo. And they were like, look, we have one spot left, we need to fill a spot. We can't put both you guys in one spot unless you guys become one crew. And they were like, cool, let's do it. Ika was like, let's do it. And I was like, I was trippy, because like I'm solo, I don't know how to, it's been a while since I've been in a crew. And then I was like, okay, cool. But I told him, can we use at the time I was dancing with a mask. Like, you know, I was doing the mask thing that time. And they had this name called The Unknown. They were The Unknown, and I was the mask. And I was like, bruh, it actually works. Let's just try it out. We had the worst gear, by the way. We had the worst gear. So it was me, EK, and his friend who's Kadi. Shout out to Kadi, by the way. No, like, we got there, and it just, I don't know if it was, we even practicing, we were like, we had the synergy, but we didn't take note of it. It was like, okay, we're gonna do the talent show, and we're done. We did the talent show, we came third. This is the first time the Unknown, anybody has ever seen the Unknown. We came third at the competition. That's when we knew something's happening. Like, this is it. Years down the line, Cardi would fall out, and then Breezy would be inspired. Breezy was always with me, and Breezy would be inspired by me, just being with me at shows. And he asked me once, bro, can I join? Someone fell out and he was like, yo, can I join? And I was shocked because he can't dance. Like, I never knew my cousin can dance. Shout out to Breezy. And then he jumped in and he was dope. And I was like, oh, these guys can actually dance. Like, and then Carlo jumped in, and that even threw me more off because Carlo's not the type, to show you what he can do. And I was like, I even laughed. I told him, like I said this on a bunch of interviews. When Carlo asked me, I laughed because I thought he was joking, but he wasn't. And people, like what people don't know about Carlo's loyalty and hard work, his work ethic is crazier than I've ever seen. He might not have the best skill, but he'll work at it. And that's what I saw early on. And I was like, I know this, I love this, the loyalty. From then it's just been us, man. And then
yo, bro,
just us. Oh, yeah.
That's an inspiring story, bro.
Yeah,
How
man.
you, the Navy Festival,
Yeah.
talent show,
Yeah.
and then to see like where you guys are now.
Yeah.
That is fire, bro.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about music, because you also, besides dancing, you are so passionate about music.
Yeah.
What music means to you, the fact that you rap, and you've been rapping for a while, and that you're quite talented as a rapper as well, which I don't think a lot of people realize.
Appreciate that.
You talk about that a little bit?
The rapping, my passion, like you said, my passion for music is strong. I have a very strong passion for music, and the rapping came from watching people like the 783, man, Four Corners, watching people like Hoppy, those underground rappers, and just getting inspired, like I was like, whoa, these guys are good. And like what inspired me more was, before we would perform, I would watch these guys on stage just kill it on, like just the crowd, and I felt that energy, and I was like, I want to do this, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do this, because the rap game is very strict on, if you enter you have to get the OG's permission. You can't just come in here and just rap like whatever. So I did that very, very quietly by myself. Worked on my skill a bit on, like, okay, I can rap a bit. I started writing, I always used to, when I used to rap, I used to always have my name in every line. It irritated me. It's like, yo, I'm JP's here. And I was like, nah, bro, you have to stop that. You have to stop with JP's here. So it was more about, I should have, which I feel, looking back now, I should have asked for advice at that time, like, yo, by the rappers, but I think I was more fear of like, yo, you can't rap, bro. Do your thing. And I had to, I just did it silently, and then I don't know how it got out though. I think by the time like I got a certain age, then everybody just like, I was like, yo, you know what? I don't care about anybody's opinions. Here's a song, and people started liking it. So people started. It was the Khaki era, man. When Khaki had the, those mixtapes. He had when Mustard, you know what I mean? When Mustard came out, and he had a mixtape with Mustard beats on. Ooh, and he was like one of the first guys to ask me, yo, jump on my track. And I was like, yo, shout out to Khaki, bro. Like, he actually gave me that push to like, yo, I started by doing remixes, like small remixes by Gokes. Like, shout out to Gokes also. I did remixes, and then I started jumping on tracks with him. Then I knew, okay, I have something. And that also gave me that sense of approval, like, bro, you can do this. We won't hate you for it.
Respect.
So shout out to them, man. 783 really inspired me to do it for real, like rap for real. Shout out to Earl as well. Nizzle. Another big inspiration.
Legend, eh?
Legend.
Yo, he's like a brother, that man, bro.
Legend.
Just so many people see him as like, he's just got such an untouchable legacy, because he keeps it so real.
Yeah.
And he cares so much. He genuinely cares about his community, about his people, about the Deep South. Yeah, Earl is an icon, bro.
To everybody, man.
And DJ Khaki you mentioned as well. Bro, the relevancy. That guy stays relevant no matter what changes.
Work ethic, relevancy, consistency. Oh man, shout out to Khaki, man. I mean, because what I've seen with Khaki is he's grown in every era that we've gone through. Like, you get different times in music, and he's just kept up with the times. That's hard to do. Some rappers do keep up, but stick in their lane. But like, to jump in different lanes in different times at the time, it's brilliant, bro. It's dope. It just shows that he's aware of his surroundings and aware of the time he's in. So shout out to him.
Okay, so we were talking about local musicians you were paying homage to.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I know you're also a big fan of international musicians from all around the world.
Yeah.
Now, you got me into Drake
Yeah.
because when I was younger, I mostly listened to underground hip hop, and it was like Jedi Mind Tricks and you know, that kind of stuff, and then transitioned to Eminem and then different battle rappers.
Yeah.
And I remember when I met you, you said to me, bro, Drake is the man. And I was like, and then you gave me one of his projects and you said, just listen to this. And it blew my mind because I listened to the whole thing and I realized, whoa, this guy's spitting. There's some tracks, a lot of his stuff is kind of for the ladies and you know, for the club and whatnot, which is fire. But he actually has bars where he spits, bro. And there've been other artists besides Drake who you've gotten me into as well. So talk a little bit about that, how you find the time to listen to so many local artists, so many international artists, still choreograph, still mix the music that you guys need for your dance routines, still find the time to work on videos, still find the time to spend with your homies and your girl.
Yeah.
How do you balance all of this?
I think it's the hunger, man. It's the hunger for just. I always feel like I'm not doing enough. Like even when I'm resting, I'm like, yo, don't you have something else to do? And then I always remember what else I have to do. So it's the hunger for just to want something different and just to get where I want to be. You understand what I'm saying? So like I would do some of these stuff at the same time. I would save a mix here while listening to Drake in the background, or listen to DJ, or listen to Gokes in the background, and something normally. My friends would come around maybe with a local track and I'm like, who's that? Oh, that's Gokes' new track, let me hear it. So like it's the hunger, man, just to want to do more. Like I just didn't want to stop at let me mix some music or let me just dance. I wanted to change the whole game. That was where this came from, where RTM started, was when I started to realize I was in college, when I was like, yo, I need a brand. I've been doing this for like over, at the time it was 5 years or 6 years, and I was like, I need a brand now. I need something, a footprint where I can live in Ocean View forever, that people will always remember me. And it's not only going to be dancing, it's going to be something with doing with the community, whether it's I'm going to use all the talent or all the skills that I've honed, like to put it to work. So that's why I was like, what can I do for the community? That's where RTM Fest come from. These come from just me laying in bed sometimes at night after doing all of those stuff and just thinking, man, I feel like I need to do more. I always feel like I need to do more, whether it's for the community, whether it's for myself, for my crew, or for my homies even. Just do something, man, and not just stay in this one place and not be, get comfortable in, okay, I'm this name now and now everybody knows me, I'm done now. No, I can't. I need to do more. I'm 27 now, so I need to do more. By the time I'm 50, I'll probably stop and probably have something else that I'm busy with. So the answer to that question is more the hunger for it, bro. The hunger just to be great. To be great, yeah.
I love the fact that you talk about doing it for the community.
Yeah.
That's so important. Especially in hip-hop, for young cats. Hip-hop is a lot of it is about you, and it's quite ego, and like, which is fire. When you're on the mic, you need to own that shit.
Yeah.
You need to dominate. You need to express your truth. But you need to always have love for your community and for your people.
Yes, your hood.
And another thing you mentioned, RTM Fest. Brother. Hands down, one of the best shows I've ever performed at. RTM Fest.
Man.
You created that out of nothing.
Yeah.
In the blocker where you stay.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone in the Sevens.
Shout out to the Sevens, man, for real.
Talk about that, how from nothing you create this brand, RTM Fest. Every year on your birthday, you have this big show in the blocker, free, and people just embrace it. That's a connection you have to your community that is quite special. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Man, RTM Fest, it came from, I always tell people on my birthday, the day I was born, I want to do something different, because that's the day I entered this world and God gave me life. So I want to give something back to my community, and I was thinking, what is the best way to do something, because normally I would have parties before Fest. I would have parties on my birthday where the community come to my party. But I was like, I need to do something inspiring, like, you know, everybody, if some people get inspired by parties, but not everybody, because, you know, parties are parties. So I was like, I need to do a show that the kids can watch, bring people to our hood that people don't get to see every day, or the kids dream of seeing. And the fact that I have that person on my phone, or I can inspire a kid just by doing a show. Why don't I just do it and just do something for the community with no barriers, no, you know, the authenticity of RTM Fest. Someone asked me, bro, why don't you have a fence for RTM Fest? And I was like, no, I want the artists to be with the people. I want you to touch their hands. I don't want people to be guarded. I don't want artists to be this thing of, you know, every shows where you can't touch the artist, you can't see them, or you can't take a photo with them. I want to make a different thing. I want to have it very close up. I want you to can feel the performance. I want you to can speak to the artist. And that's where RTM Fest came from. I was like, let's do something in my flat. And the flat people was like, they were tripping, bro. At first I used to give, what do you call that? Petitions to get RTM Fest to have them. After the first year, they were like, please don't ever give us this again. We love it. Whatever you're gonna do, just do it. We're with you. And that's when I knew I'm doing something right. So RTM Fest just came from an idea where I was like, to Drake's credit, I saw OVO Fest and I was like, this is dope. What if I have a mini version of this in Ocean View, but with a different spin to it, with complete local and free, man. If you want to come there and show your art, just come there. It's nothing about paying. It's nothing about, shout out to all the event organizers, but it was more about connecting. Same like with Deep South Connect, what we're doing right here is connecting artists from that side to Ocean View, and also to come see what Ocean View is about. I wanted to give Ocean View a different name, a different image, because everybody had this image of Ocean View full of crime, which is the truth. But there's much more talent as well, and we needed to connect artists. I'm jumbling my words, but like, it came from a point of, we need to connect as people and as artists, man. It's, you know, the lines are being too much blurred, whereas like I can't connect with someone from Mitchell's Plain because I don't know anybody from Mitchell's Plain. But now that when you come to Fest, you meet this guy from Mitchell's Plain and you guys connect, because many of the artists that came to Fest are still connected to the artists in Ocean View today. So it was more about a network, creating a network as well, but as well as a show and as well as an inspiring environment for everybody, man, to enjoy.
Much love.
Thank you everybody for coming through, for real.
Yo, much love.
Love, man.
Yeah, I love it, bro, because people are looking out the windows watching the show. People are standing on cars. It's like, bro, it's so raw, but beautiful. Do you know what I mean? It's got that raw hip-hop.
Unity at its finest.
Unity, brother. And it's not just hip-hop. There's all kinds of performers. But it's got a very strong hip-hop element to it.
We need it to, bro.
Which is fire. Can you talk a little bit about, because I know you guys don't, as the unknown, you don't specifically categorize yourselves as hip-hop. But you as JP, hip-hop has been such a big influence in your life. And we're from slightly different generations. So, I mean, over the years, we've had so many in-depth conversations about what you've seen in your generation, what I've seen in my generation, how artists like Isaac Newton inspired us, how people like Youngster inspired you. All these different things that are in our city. We're from Cape Town and we've got all this fire here. Talk a little bit about hip-hop and what hip-hop means to you and how it's inspired you, besides just with the unknown, but just in your life.
Bro, hip-hop to me is everything and was and is everything to me, because hip-hop always gets me in a mood in terms of, when I'm talking about the genre in music. Whenever I'm down, I always like, yo, bro, like, am I doing enough? And I would listen to just hip-hop tracks, and, you know, Drake and Wayne, especially Wayne, bro. If I listen to Wayne, I'm a gangster. If I listen to Drake, I want to see my girl right now. So, like, hip-hop as a genre for me means everything. It's a mood for me. It's more than a genre, but it's a mood for me. But how do I say this? Hip-hop in general in Ocean View changed my life, because arts was full of hip-hop when I was there, from a young age already. without me knowing subconsciously, I was gonna be inspired by Four Corners. At the time, Four Corners was in arts, and I would watch them, and I would be like, yo. Although I was like tripping, like, what are we gonna do? Because normally Alvin would do this thing every Thursday before a show. The whole arts need to be on stage to show what you're gonna do on the weekend. So then Four Corners would go up, and I would be like, oh my god, these people are killing it. They are killing it. But I'm getting inspired by them. But like, how do I get that energy? That energy what all them has? How do I, at the time I didn't have much like permission to do our own thing freely, because we were under Alvin, and Alvin told us, look, this is what you guys are performing on, and this is what it is. And at the time, that was the right thing at my time. So it was like, I want to do my own thing, and it just made, it made the hunger grow to do my own thing. You understand what I'm saying? So hip hop kind of molded me as a person and molded me as an artist as well. You understand? The hip hop artist gave that extra push. The Nizzles, the 783s, the Spinnerkops, the Eastertongs, you know what I'm saying? So, and crazy enough, till today, I'm still in contact with these guys and speaking to these guys. They're my friends now. And I used to watch these guys when I was like very young, before I got on stage. So, to me, it molded me as a person and as an artist, and my creativity as well. So hip hop really, even watching people like you, bro, like Amper Alien, and what you've been doing with Flip the Script, and bro, come on. You guys, it was only bound to be. You understand? Now I feel like I'm part of the hip hop community.
Respect.
Because like unknown, like you said, it's true what you said, the unknown can't be classified as just hip hop, because we have a diverse music and diverse background around it. But yeah, I feel like I'm part of the hip hop community.
You definitely are, brother.
Oh, man, thank you.
100%.
Thank you, Maji. So it's just to answer your question, basically it just molded me as an artist and molded me as a person. Helps me a lot though. Yeah.
Respect.
Love, Maji.
Deep South Connect, it's all about respect. We're speaking to the legend JP of the Unknown Dance Crew, and we've been speaking a lot about hip hop, about his journey, how he started. One of the things I loved, as I said, you're paying homage to a lot of the local homies who inspired you, who you said have now become your friends. They started as your idols and now they're your friends. You mentioned Four Corners, you mentioned 783 Hip Hop Movement, you mentioned Rockets Crew, Crimson Crew, you spoke about Alvin. You spoke about all these people. What about you? How do you feel like you've inspired the next generation?
Oh man. Sometimes I don't take note of that, you know why? Because I just want to do good. I don't do it to say I did it, I just do it. You understand? Like you take the message. You understand? Like you. So to hear kids come up to me and call me and be like, JP, you inspired me. One day, one girl came to me at a party and she said, and she's like, say 18 now. She's like, yo, I've been watching you since 11. I was like, whoa, okay. So I'm doing something right. And I mean, like I don't look at it, but I feel proud of myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm always on to the next thing, man. I'm always on to the next. What else I can do to inspire the next generation? You understand? So I think I'm proud of myself, man. I'm happy. Like I said, the footprint that I put in the Ocean View talent circuit. But shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for all the support. For over the years. Whatever I do, people they're always keen to hear my ideas. They're always keen to support whatever I'm doing, and they're keen to see the unknown. You understand? So I'm proud of myself, man.
Shout out to the people.
Shout out to the people, the real artists, the people.
Straight facts.
They're the real.
So one of the things that we were very connected to, both of us, was the bookstore. So for those of you who know me, you'll know about the bookstore.
Shout out to Reading Rooster.
The Reading Rooster, bro.
Opus, bro.
So Odette and I started the bookstore in 2015. And very much the idea I had, which she agreed with, she didn't want to sit there every day. So I said, look, we're doing the hip hop thing. I would love to sit there every day because I'll be able to write rhymes, work on my music. Especially then, we were trying to make something happen with the hip hop. We were really enjoying life at the time. But then it never went that way. I realized, I'm gonna have to put in work because I didn't know anything about books.
No way.
So I had to start reading books, and I had to start doing all these things that I didn't realize I was going to be doing, pricing stock and going on stock missions, and then you got involved shortly after we opened.
Yeah.
And you had a similar vision where you said, yo, I like the idea of working here because I'm always busy mixing music. Which you killed, bro. Like so JP was with us for almost 5 years at the bookstore.
5 years.
Talk a little bit about that, about being in a job while you're doing art, because a lot of people wonder, can I be an MC, can I be a dancer, but they have to hold down a job. Talk a little bit about the bookstore and the fact that you had some freedom, but it was still a commitment.
First of all, before I even say like, thank you for that.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, because the bookshop changed my life. Because you gave me the freedom to work on my art while I'm doing a job, and I didn't look at it as a job. I looked at it as somewhere. The bookshop was a place where I could go with the best stuff of, like, I'm saying this right now, the best stuff of unknown, the best sequences, the mixes came out of the bookshop because of the environment and because of the quiet environment. Just the bookshop's energy was perfect, man, and just having the customers there, like, you know, you had a few customers come in and they wouldn't be like all like loud. They would just, hey, what's up? You understand? Just move on. And I love that, because like I could engage with people as well, and I hate engaging with people. Like, in terms of like, I'm a very introverted person. Not to say I won't speak to people. It's just I don't like a lot of people. I know it sounds weird because I'm on stage with a lot of people, but I'm just like that. So the bookshop gave me that freedom to just let my creativity go and no one bothers me, man. And it was so dope. It was like, for that 5 years, I felt like I was in heaven every time I went to the bookshop, because some days were stressful, but like most of the days was like I would go there, open my laptop, work on my mix, help a customer, which is like one or twice, and the rest was history. And whatever came out of that bookshop was the unknown. The unknown's about to go to the next level. So I needed that quiet, creative space at the time. But then I started to realize, the more I worked at the bookshop and the more my popularity grew, people came in there and were like, yo, aren't you that guy? And that's when I knew, oh my god, my space is starting to become different now. It's not anymore a space of me working silently away from everybody. It became, okay, now I'm getting more popular and people are starting to see me. Now what do? You understand? Now I'm getting disturbed more, and more people are knowing that I'm at the bookshop. Not that I wanted people not to know that I was there. It was more of my getaway, my silent getaway. So, but now it wasn't that anymore. Everyone started to notice who I was. And this was around 2019, where the Mark Me Famous era was in, where Mark Me Famous was booming on the TV. And slowly customers started to recognize, oh, this is this guy, this is this guy. And it didn't become that space anymore, where people just started to recognize me. And again, the introverted me. As much as I love all our fans, it's just more of like, you know, when I'm in mix mode, I'm in mix mode. Like, I don't want to be disturbed. When I'm in editing mode, I don't want to be disturbed, because that idea is golden just there. I want to stay just there. Keep it just there. Keep the energy. Keep it there. And that's why you can ask my girl as well. My girl will tell you, like, when someone disturbs you while I'm working, ooh, God help him. But like, for real, like, I think my time at the bookshop was perfect, man. It was 5 years that I really needed in my life. And it wasn't even about the cash. It was just about, you gave me the ability to be free with my creativity, man, and still getting some cash for myself and still be there for myself. So thank you for that.
No, thank you, bro. You always had my back as well. If I needed you to come in on the day, you were generally like, yo, I'm available. I'll come do my mixes there. We had a good working relationship.
We did.
And also we were inspired by everyone who we met, and like,
yes, the conversations too that we had.
Brother, it was always fire, bro.
Bro, dope conversations, man.
And people like Kayla, who I remember you were like, yo, Kayla kills it. Like,
shout out to Kayla, bro.
Yeah, fire, bro. She inspired you as well, heavy back in the day. I remember.
Heavy.
Ashley, bro, you were talking about people who come in and recognize you. I remember Ashley coming in and being like, oh, where's JP? Like, and he would hype up you guys. Oh, I saw them on TV and like.
Yeah, he was one of the people that made me realize first, like, okay, I'm becoming popular now. I'm really becoming popular. And I even, just his energy when he got there, like, he didn't recognize me. He used to come there a lot and not recognize me. He would just do his thing. Yo, here's the book, and I'm out. Then one day, I think he was like, aren't you that guy? And I was like, I am that guy. And he was like, and he was flipping, and he was like, come outside, or let's take a photo, let's do this. And shout out to him, by the way, because I still have him on WhatsApp. I still chat to him now and then, and he still comments on my status. So it was just that, but like I didn't want people to come to the bookstore for me, man.
Yeah,
it came down to that. I didn't want people to come to the bookstore because I'm there. I want them to come there for the books. Just like I came there for the creativity and the space. I wanted them to come there, and I think it was just all out the window. They just came there because Shape is there. You get what I'm saying? So I think my time was just perfect.
What's your favorite book?
I don't even read much, for real. I wish I read.
This guy is such a legend. He's the first guy I've ever met who worked in a bookstore for 5 years. How many books did you read in that 5 years? Not one. He worked in a bookstore for 5 years and didn't read one book.
Not one book.
And you know what? He still killed it. He still killed it. To this day.
Man.
In how long have we been there now? 6-7 years almost.
Yeah.
To this day, he still has the sales record for the biggest sale, which was that guy who came in just before 5.
With a bunch of books.
Bro,
with a bunch of books that I remember that day. It was about 4 o'clock. I was about to leave. I was packing up, and that guy came. He came lunchtime. He said, "Now I'll come back." 4 o'clock. He comes back and he just buys a bunch of books. Like I was like, the books were like stacked, and I was like, "Whoa, what am I gonna do here?" And I was telling it up, and I was like, I just had a bad day, but it turned into a good day. Like it turned into the best day. And I remember just telling you, and you were like, you have the record, and I was like, whoa. Like,
yeah, I was blown away, bro. I was like, yo,
for real. I was shocked, but I was like, because I'm not a reader. Shout out to all the readers, by the way. I was very surprised. I was like, bro, you're gonna read all those books today? And he bought that books, bro. Yeah, I thought he was joking first. I was like, nah, I'm gonna take one book out of all of this. Nah, he took all of it. Shout out to him. I don't know if it's a lady or a guy. Was it a lady or a guy?
It was a guy.
It was a guy, yeah. So, it was so long ago.
Because he came back and I remember he still asked me about you, and I was like, oh, this is the guy who bought all those books. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yo, you were so helpful, and like, yo, man, which shows you, bro, again, he didn't read a single book working in a bookstore for 5 years, and he still killed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Because that's the freedom we had to give you as well. We knew you're not there to read books, bro, you're there to mix your music.
Thank you, man.
And I think it's important for artists to know, even if you need a job or a 9 to 5 to survive, there will be people out there who will employ you. Yeah. You're serving them, but they will give you the space to do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. There are jobs out there like that. It's not just mainstream corporate situation where you have to go and clock in at 9 and not do anything else till 5. There are other avenues.
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. And it's also, it comes down to you as a person as well, man. Like, if you really want your dream, you have to work for it regardless. No matter what the situation is, no matter what you're going through, just continue going. Someone's going to find you. Someone's going to see it. And like I said again, I was blessed, man. I was just blessed to have you and to see that I can work and do my creativity vibe. So like, thank you for that though.
Thank you, bro. You inspired me the same way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I feel like that's why we became friends and why we became close, was because we both inspired each other in similar but different ways.
Yes, definitely, bro. Definitely. And the conversation we would have, man, like I said, the bookshop conversations basically started a lot of the stuff that we, like even this right here, like the Deep South Connect. It actually started way back before we actually really did it. So those conversations was like fundamental to what we're gonna do. Yeah. Like we knew already, we had a vision, but like we just had to put it to it. And now that we're here, it's like they finally get to see our conversations though.
Yeah,
for real.
We're blessed, bro.
Very blessed, Maji.
So I've been so blessed. Shout out to Odette, who has had my back through everything.
Legend.
Legend. Literally the most special person I've ever met.
Legend.
Now, you also have a very special lady in your life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chloe.
Shout out to my queen. You said I was going to say that. You said I was going to say that.
No, it's fire, bro. She is your queen. I tease this guy because he's always talking about his queen, but it's so fire.
Doing love, man.
This guy respects his lady. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Because I know for me, it has been such a blessing to have someone that I can tell everything to, that will have my back no matter what, and vice versa. Talk about that, having a special lady in your life. You've been with Chloe for how long now?
6 years, man.
6 years, and she's really supported you through your journey. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Chloe, man, what do I say? Chloe's been there. I think before Chloe, I don't, you know, the cliche is always like, you know, before I met my girl, I was lost. But like literally before Chloe, I was lost in terms of I couldn't handle, I couldn't handle this. You know, sometimes there's days where I couldn't handle the popularity, where it's like girls throw themselves at you and they expect you to that, and I would just lose, but I would just let loose. I was like, yo, you want me? You call me. Then I met Chloe, and then Chloe taught me how to balance your life out. Like, you know, these girls that are there to be with you, but they're girls that want to be with your name. You get what I'm saying? And Chloe taught me that. And when I met Chloe, it was like, it wasn't a thing of she's a fan. It was just like, I actually like your vibe. And we weren't supposed to be dating, you understand? Because she had a boyfriend at the time when we met. So, sorry to put your business out there, Chloe, but when I met her, I just felt a sense of peace. That like the moment I saw her, I felt just everything around me. Everything, we could talk for days and the world could be bombing up on the side. We wouldn't care. So it was the conversation that she gave me, and over the years she became my peace, and then over the years she became my rock, because she got me through hard times, my G, hard times, and I can only thank her for that, man, and I appreciate her as my queen.
Respect.
So that's why I'm big on the queen, man, because she really is my queen of my
Speak
kingdom.
it, my brother. Speak
of my
it.
kingdom, yeah. Shout out to her. Love you, babes.
Brother, that is fire.
Oh.
To my younger brothers out there, and not just the younger ones, but especially the younger ones, pay attention to what my brother is saying right here. Hip-hop is my favorite thing on this earth.
Yeah.
But hip-hop has often told us, get as many bitches as you can.
Yeah.
Hit the bitch and leave the bitch. Blah, blah, blah. Now again, there's a place for that kind of lifestyle, but what I value and what I respect is that loyalty and that respect you have for your lady.
Thank you, man. It's been tested. It has been tested over the years. I have failed once, which I'm sad about, but it's about what I've learned from it afterwards, you understand? And the fact that she still stood by me through those bad times, through those hard times, man. And I've just grown as a man, and grown as like like from a boy to a man. I can feel that transition, man. And she's been there, and she told me straight, like, yo, I know you fucked up sometimes, or you fucked up, but I'm still with you. You need to tell me when I need to go, because there's one thing to fuck up, but the manly thing to do is admit you fucked up. You understand? That's what you learned from the fuck ups. It's not about I can sit here and tell you, yo, I'm perfect. No man is perfect, man. So for her to really stand by me through all those fuck ups, then you know that's the one. Why would you wanna? You understand? Why would you wanna leave your queen?
Yeah,
That's why I call her queen, man. That's because she's a real queen.
Respect to that, brother.
Yeah. Shout out to all the queens. Shout out to Adette as well.
Shout out to Adette, bro. Big shout out to Adette. Adette knows, bro. Like, yo.
Yep.
Got her back for life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, brother, let's talk a little bit about the recent past. So we spoke about the bookstore, we spoke about your beginning journey, we spoke about people who've inspired you. Now, recently, a couple of months ago, we started talking about, I came up with this concept where I realized there's so much fire. I mean, I always realized that there was a lot of fire in the Deep South, which is why I've always been proud to do things like Mzansi, flip the script, doing things in our own area. But we still often forget how fire our area is. So one of the things that really inspired me to do this was the fact that I thought about Trigger. And the fact that
Legend.
such a legend, bro.
Legend.
Rest in peace to Trigger. Aiden Adams, what a king.
Legend, bro.
He had such beautiful ideas on how to live life. He was such a peaceful soul, full of energy though.
Loved it.
And there's not much documented of him. So if I want to show the younger generation, check here, where you from? You're from Ovi. You want to be an MC. You need to study Trigger.
Yeah.
There's not much that I can now show them.
Yeah. Which is sad, man.
Whereas if you're now inspired by Tupac, legend. There's so much documented about Tupac.
Yes.
Now obviously Tupac is one of the most iconic people to ever exist.
Yeah.
But in the Deep South, Trigger is one of the most iconic people to ever exist.
Yeah.
So I had this thing where I realized I want to document all these people that I'm inspired by in the Deep South. And not just in the Deep South, in the wider Cape Town, in South Africa, and from wherever else.
Yeah.
And when I told you the concept, you were so down. You didn't even think about it. You didn't even hesitate. You were like, yo, let's get it.
Yeah.
Or however you say it. Say it there.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Fire, bro.
I'm thanking
Talk
man.
a little bit about like why you were so keen to do this.
Because this is what was missing, man. We missed the stories of these artists. We see these artists on stage but not know their stories, not know what they go through. And I felt that was missing. I mean, we have so much documentaries on all the megastars in overseas, but we got Deep South, man. We in the Deep South, we have crazy talent. The best example I can give you of how talented Deep South is, let's have a show with no headlining, with no outside headlining acts, and tell me that show is gonna fill up. Ooh. And just have Deep South acts. Promise you, we have a full house.
Yo,
that's when you know that we got something special.
That's fire.
You understand what I'm saying? So like, that's what Fest was for me. Was that check mark? Was like, yo, people are coming out in their numbers to see their own people, man, and people that headline their own people, headline their own shows, and we have our own people supporting our own people. You get what I'm saying? So Deep South, this what we're doing right now was missing, to just give the background story of how these artists became these megastars in the Deep South. You understand? For me, I see them as megastars. Like, most of them are like so shocked when I tell them like, bro, I'm a big fan. I am a big fan of each and every person doing something regarding art and building a future for Ocean View, especially the industry in Ocean View, man. So why I was so attached to your idea was because I couldn't wait to just learn about these different stories, these background stories of these artists, man. I mean, if you thought that my story was special, I mean, imagine like the Deej, imagine what we have with Cokes, like what they go through. And you find that most of these artists go through the same thing, but we all come down the same way. And for the next generation watching this, will probably be more inspired to do something and also look back and be like, I'm going through that same thing, which means I'm not alone in this. I can still go and I can still have a job and still do my art. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was so drawn to your idea. I loved your idea. And I still love your idea till today. Like, dopest idea ever, bro.
Yo, respect to you, my king.
Thank you, man, for doing this. Thank you.
This guy's a legend. So most of the videos that you guys are gonna see on the channel, this guy's been behind the camera with Stevie J, who's behind the shout out to Stevie. He's behind the camera now. So it's been fire. We've already shot a whole bunch of interviews, which this king is busy editing and doing such a fire job as well. So the interviews you guys are gonna see, this is often the man behind the camera with Stevie.
Yeah.
So
they're not ready. I don't think they're ready, bro. Honestly, because like those interviews are dope. That's all I wanted to say.
Fire, brother. No, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. It's been a learning experience for me. Even speaking to someone like Plofstoff, who I've known for over 10 years, to learn different things about them.
The amount of stories in that.
Yo, it's fire, brother. It's fire. Talk a little bit about doing this though, because obviously this is the first thing people are going to see.
Yeah.
But we've been doing this project now for over a month. But we haven't released anything. But we've met such fire people. We're at Collaborate today, which is on Komiki Road in Fishhook. Talk about that, about how we filmed things in Ocean View. We filmed things in Masiphumelele. We filmed things in Sun Valley. We're going to go to Red Hill. We're now in Fishhook. We've met people like Conway who have changed our life.
Shout out to Conway, man. Conway, man.
It's a legend.
Legend, bro.
Talk about
Legend.
the process of that, of going into the different areas in the Deep South, connecting, cross-pollinating, meeting different people from Ocean View, but also outside Ocean View, and building those bridges and connecting those dots.
So when you told me about this idea at first, I was down, definitely, but not down for who we're gonna interview. It was more about the experience we're gonna get in these different areas, man. The love, like I said again, I'm an introverted person, so normally I'm in my own circles. You only see me when it's time to perform. But when we went out on these missions and we went out on these interviews, it gave me just a sense of a different perspective of how their lives really are, and how they became who they are, man. And meeting fire people like Conway, man. Like Conway gave me advice that still stuck to me today, that I'm still I use literally in my life. Like I always rephrase that advice that he gives, and I tell people about them. So meeting people like Collaborate, like I've never been here before our interviews, just to see how much fire people there is in the Deep South. So it's amazing. It feels like we've toured the whole South Africa, but we just did the Deep South. You get what I'm saying? So that just shows you the diversity and the talent and the immense respect and love the Deep South has. And I think it's needed in this time. Like this is needed in this time. And even editing these videos, man, like I look back and I'm like, we really are blessed. Like I always tell you, bro, do you know the amount of information we have after just talking to these artists, talking to these creatives? Oh man, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And just to know that one day, the next generation will watch this and be like, I want to do what they are doing. You understand? So you started something that's bigger than, I think, everything. In a time where we need to unite, you united all artists. Like, I promise you. So, shout out to you for that. Thank you for that idea, bro.
Thank you, brother. Shout out to you, my king.
Bro,
I love that you said we need to unite. That is one of the things that I'm so passionate about.
Yeah.
I feel like in this time that we're in, we know what's happening in the world. We can see there's certain things happening that we don't understand.
Yeah.
But one thing that we can agree on is that we need to unite. And we've spoken about this off camera. Once we've documented a whole bunch of stuff in the Deep South, part of Deep South Connect is also going to be connect. So we want to connect with artists from Mitchell's Plain.
Yes.
We want to connect with artists from Vrygrond, Lavender Hill, Khayelitsha, Langa, Rondebosch, Bishops. It doesn't really matter. If it's in Cape Town, we want to come out and document that.
Yes, definitely.
That's also what it's about. Connecting the Deep South to other areas and other areas to the Deep South.
Yes.
And slowly but surely building that web.
Yep.
Because there's a lot, bro. Cape Town is one of the most beautiful places on the earth.
Talented as well.
With some of the most talented people on the earth.
Talented, man. Talented. I would dare to say underrated. I would dare to say underrated.
100%.
But the amount of talent in Cape Town it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
If you go to shows, if you go to festivals, and you see headlining acts or like acts you can see walking down the street, like people that walk down the street and they are headlining acts. I mean, come on, that's supposed to show you something that Cape Town, every person in Cape Town is talented, man. I feel that. I always said that, like every person in Cape Town is talented. They just need to find their talent. Some people just take longer to find what they're passionate about. Even if it's your 9 to 5, if that's your passion, that's your passion. But every person in Cape Town has a talent, and if everybody just put their mind to the talent, I mean, we'd see even way more. We'd probably interview till 30, 36 or something. You gotta say. So
No, I feel you.
So shout out to all the artists for really just coming through and just letting us interview them, man. It's been a dope journey. It is a dope journey.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been dope, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about RTM Films, because RTM Films is the new company JP has started, which is basically a film company.
Yeah.
So RTM Films, you'll see the logo in all the videos.
Yeah.
RTM Films is doing all the videos for Deep South Connect. Why did you feel the need to start RTM Films? What is the vision? How can people work with you if a young rapper wants a music video, or if a singer wants to get one of her photo shoots done through you, or whatever people want with regards to a camera or editing?
Well, RTM Films came as an idea during these times that we were all stuck in the house and stuck at home, and I was thinking, what else I can do? Again, that thing of hunger, of wanting to do something next. I just can't sit, man. So me and my homie Stevie J, shout out to Stevie J, we've been doing these photo shoots, and I see he's been killing it, and I was like, but now I need to give him more experience. I know artists, I know a lot of artists, I have a lot of friends in the industry, so why don't we just start something where we both can make something very credible and very make money from it. Well, it's more about giving experience, man. And because these big film companies, they charge you a lot for a music video, man. They charge, but shout out to them because they are allowed to charge. So I wanted to do something very small for small artists that can come and just need a music video or need something edited, cover art. We know how hard it is, as especially the rappers, when it comes to getting someone to do your cover art or someone to do your music video at a reasonable price. So I think I want to give someone an opportunity, man, and if they need me, they can just message the page or Instagram or whatever. So we just try to start a dope company, a creative company, and a creative outlet for some people, whatever they needed, man, for like music videos or whatever. We just made a platform for them just to go ham on. So when you guys need us, just call me and Stevie for a photo shoot, whatever.
Brother, it has been a pleasure talking to you today.
Love, man.
Do you have any final words for the people of Ocean View, the people of the Deep South, Cape Town, South Africa, the world?
Final words is, I would like to say thank you so much to everybody for supporting us, supporting me in these crazy ideas that I had. I mean, started with JPE and with all the way to RTM. So thank you so much. Thank you to you, Maji, for inspiring me all over the years, giving me the opportunities, man. Thank you for really just seeing this something in me, man. You always, I always tell you, bruh, I always tell my girl, I don't know what Luke sees in me, but Luke's always fire with me and he always believes in me. So thank you so much, Maji, for that and for inspiring me to become a better person, man. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, brother. Thank you for inspiring me. You inspire me in the same way, my brother.
Thank you, man. It's just been a dope experience, man. I don't know, I'm talking like it's like the end, but like this experience we've had over these like past 10 years that we've known each other, just got me just hyped, man, and just to see your growth and to just made me want to do better for myself. I have been going through some stuff, but you kept me afloat and you told me, bro, for you to remind me who I am, that means a lot to me. So shout out to Luke D, man. I don't think anybody's told you, but shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you, my brother.
Thank you, man.
So Nog 'n Ding is coming out soon?
Yep, very soon, but I know people are waiting for it. But I know we're rather going to give you guys something visually instead of just a track, because I don't know when I'm going to do another track soon, but this one's going to be special. People loved my birthday video. Shout out to everybody who watched it. With Never Thought, shout out to King Size 783. Man, they are fire, bro. They are fire. So I want to give someone a nice story. I want to give people a nice story to watch, and hopefully people love it, man. Hopefully people love it. RTM Films, it's coming. It's coming. We have good stuff coming. Let's get it.
So keep an eye out and an ear out for Nog 'n Ding.
Yeah.
Fire song. Recorded at King Size Studios.
King Size Studios, shout out to Deej.
Shout out to Plof.
Shout out to Plof, yeah.
And bro, we will be back soon with more content.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing interviews with some of the best rappers ever in the Deep South. Some of the best musicians, some of the best artists. And not even just the best, but people who show love, people who express themselves authentically.
Yeah.
We want to shed light on that. We want to shed light on anything positive. It's all about that positive lane. Deep South Connect, it's all about respect. Shout out to my boy JP.
Love, Magic.
Much love, much respect. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man.
See you guys soon.
Sam kon nie van sy wil dapen. Sy told me not sy pie look te laten. Ek sê girl, kon nie dan saam dan. Sy sê na iemand kyk agter haar girl.